Has entered 2023. We're now driving down to February. And speaking of February, here's today's big hard fact. It's exactly 53 days until the general elections on February 25th, 2023. Like play. We're now less than 2 months away. Remember when we started this countdown? Do you remember when we started this countdown? So right now, all the parties and campaigns are doing their final push for votes. You're going to see lots of rallies, lots of town halls, lots of meetings with social groups and leaders, and lots of endorsements. So let's talk about the biggest endorsement of the week, Obasanjo for Peter Obi. Let's talk about the presidency calling Obasanjo morally squalid. Let's also talk about Otom endorsing Obi and what this could mean for the rest of the G5. And speaking of the G5, let's talk about Wike's latest criticism of Atiku Abubakar. But let's start with Obasanjo. Our numbers are 0700-993-993, 01465-7190. In his New Year letter, he endorsed Peter Obi as the best choice to be the next president. But in that same letter, the former president also criticized the current president's running of the country. Obasanjo said, quote, "The last 7.5 years have no doubt been eventful and stressful years for many Nigerians. We have moved from frying pan to fire and from mountain top to the valley. Our leaders have done their best, but their best had turned out to be not the best for Nigeria and Nigerians at home and abroad. For most Nigerians, it was hell on earth. Those of us who are alive should thank God for his mercies, brace ourselves for the remaining months of this administration, and pray and work very hard for an immediate better future of liberation, restoration, and great hope and expectation." End quote. Omo, Lagos, Omo. Well, Asa Rock is not taking it lying down. Garaba Shehu put it, for instance, that is more out for show. And things about when it comes to communication. Should the sitting president be able to call other presidents names or use adjectives that directly question their character? And then you have those who say, yes, the president should be able to do that. But for example, in all the years of Abacha loot, we've never once heard Abacha described by the current administration as morally squalid or as a thief. But let's get into the statement itself, shall we? Shehu says that Obasanjo, quote, "will not stop attacking President Muhammadu Buhari because the former president won't stop being jealous of anyone who beats him to a new record in the nation's development process. President Buhari is ahead of Chief Obasanjo in all fields of national development, and to do that is cardinal sin to Obasanjo, whose hallucinations tell him that he's the best ever to lead Nigeria and there will never be another better than him." End quote. So I think we should start there first of all. First. Do you agree that Buhari is ahead of Obasanjo in terms of performance? First question. 0700-993-993. Women, call us on 01465-7190. First question. Do you agree that Buhari is ahead of Obasanjo in terms of performance? Shehu points to the second Niger bridge as an example. He also accused Obasanjo of trying to get a third term, whereas Buhari from day one wanted to hand over to his successor after 2 terms. So do you agree with these yardsticks? Are there other yardsticks that show that Buhari has been a better president than President Obasanjo was? Then let's also talk about the content and tone of this presidential statement. Is this normal Basbos, do you think? Is it normal Basbos or is this overkill? Let me explain what I mean. This statement, was it a proper response to Obasanjo's criticism of Buhari, or do you think the criticism was too indirect and too polite to be met with this level of language? And does the language itself rise to the level expected from a presidency, from the presidency? Yesterday, I compared the APC's reaction when Obasanjo endorsed Buhari in 2014 to the reactions that we're seeing now. I mean, it is the same Obasanjo, isn't it? Were Buhari and Tinubu unaware of all of these things being said now when they lobbied him in 2014 or when Tinubu visited him last year? Morally squalid. So, again, back to my first question. The yardsticks that Garba Shehu pointed out that make President Buhari better than Obasanjo, do you agree with them? Are there others that make you agree that Buhari is ahead of Obasanjo in terms of performance? And then the tone of this response from the presidency. What do you think about it? Is it, normal buzz boost, or is this too much? Women 01465-7190. Men 0700-993-993-993. WhatsApp is available as well. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. If you are abroad, join us via Skype. Skype is Nigeria Info FM. Hello, thanks for calling us.
Hello.
How you doing? What's your name, sir? Good evening.
I'm fine.
What's your name? Good evening.
I'm Okanume.
Welcome, Okanume.
It is laughable for somebody to say that Buhari has performed more than Obasanjo. In which way? Economy, safety, or which way? Let him tell us the way he means. Obasanjo paid all our money. He was able to negotiate, and he came back and put us into problem more. And he's telling us that they perform better. In which way? This government to me is the worst government, both civilians and the military government in Nigeria. I'm about 60 years. I have seen many governments. This is the worst government. I'm sorry to say, but that is true.
Okanume, thank you for calling. Remember, you still get 1 minute. New year, new Sandra. 99.3, hello. Hello.
Hello?
Thanks for calling. What's your name? Good evening, ma'am. Hello?
Hello? Joy.
Joy, welcome. Go ahead. You've got 1 minute.
I have a question. I just want to clarify something. Aside this letter exchange, it should be a topic of discussion. I mean, are there real implications on economy or size of this letter exchange? I want to know if you maybe, if it affects any particular way I should be really concerned about, aside the tongue lashing and stuff like that.
Is there something you should be concerned about with the letter exchange?
Yes, like, does it have practical implications on life? Aside that they're exchanging letters and they're talking about themselves, are there things that should concern me? Like,
what do you think?
Have direct implications.
What do you think?
I think it doesn't have anything to do with me.
Okay.
I just want to be sure. I want to have good information about it.
Okay. Well, the letters may sway the election, so that's why they're important.
Or
an election,
election campaign stuff.
Yeah, because you have the former president endorsing one of the candidates, and all the other political parties would have liked to get that endorsement. And the thing about endorsements is that they tend to convince people who are undecided about who to vote, about who they should now vote for, and who you vote for is important and has a direct impact on every single person.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Good to have you on the show. What's your name?
Sandra, good evening. This is Happiness from Ikorodu.
Welcome. You've got 1 minute.
Yes. My president is angry with Obasanjo's letter, right? I want him to come out from his comfort zone. That's villa. Walk around Nigeria, street to street, and take appraisal. Let him know that he has not done anything. Nothing. Is it the suffering? Is it the people that are leaving their own country to another country? Everywhere is not convenient for us again. What are we talking about? Can we compare Gary and fried rice? Please, you should let us be, because you're already angry.
Okay, thank you. I think you can compare Gary and fried rice. Have you eaten Gary with ofowere? Like, that is an elite food. Or oha soup. Have you eaten Gary and oha soup? You eat Gary and oha soup. Fried rice doesn't compare. So I don't know who's fried rice or who's Gary in this equation, but there are some things, some soups that you cannot compare, Gary to. Also, have you drank Gary with milk? Like, more milk than Gary? Have you drank that? Awesome elite food. Okay, sorry, let me focus. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Call us back if you can. Hi, how are you? Good evening. What's your name? Your name is?
Jay calling from Sule.
You're sounding very far away. I don't know what that's about.
Jay calling from Sule.
Jay, welcome. Can you come closer to your phone so we can all hear you?
My phone.
Good. Still be talking like this. Go ahead. You've got 1 minute.
Obasanjo, President Buhari, saga. He's just being jealous. Buhari is being jealous.
Jay, you're sounding really low. I have to let you go. I'm sorry. Everybody has to hear you. 99.3.
Hello?
Thanks for calling. What's your name?
Oh, awesome. Hi, Sandra. How are you?
I'm good.
My name is Dio.
Hi, Dio.
Calling from First Act.
You've got 1 minute.
Okay. Now, I don't think. First of all, I don't think these men, they're being fair to us.
Okay.
Us as people, and I also don't think that we're being fair to ourselves.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, I've got just about a minute, so I'm not really going to be able to dissect that. But the important thing is this: I read both. I read the letter. I read the response.
Mm-hmm.
The fact of the matter is, I'm not particularly excited about the response, but I'm not surprised.
Okay.
And I feel that I'm also not particularly totally convinced about the letter because I think it was conceited and it was self-serving. Okay. So both ways, it's easy to say that. Look, both angles, were they overreaching? Yes. Conceited? Yes. Should the response dignify presidency? Probably not. But then when you come out swinging like that, it's easy to say, look, somebody should take a high ground. But then again, it's political season, quote unquote, silly season. So it's a peace fight. Yeah, so it's a peace fight. It's fair game. Now, and I think that what is only missing here is a balanced mind that can set the record straight.
Okay.
I've not been able to. I'm still. They did a bit of justice to that in the morning, aka Oga Police Sheriff. So they did. But I'm hoping that we can have like a round table where they put the history in perspective. Quite a lot of people have come of age right now, and then unfortunately, because of what we're dealing with, a lot of people have forgotten what it was like under the presidency of President Obasanjo.
Right.
With due respect, there was a lot of jaundice things that happened then.
Right.
I'm not a fan of this president at the moment. They're getting a lot of things wrong. They're also getting a lot of things right.
Right.
So let's set the history. Let's put it apart. And to be honest with you, my summary is this: they are both 6.5 a dozen.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dyer, for calling. Benue Governor Samuel Otom has also endorsed Peter Obi today. Otom is, of course, in the PDP, but he's one of the G5 governors who are beefing the party flag bearer, Atiku Abubakar. A statement from Otom's office reads, quote, Governor Otom strongly recommends Peter Obi to Nigerians as the man who has the capacity to effectively tackle the economic, security, and other challenges facing the country, end quote. And then the statement also praised Obasanjo for weighing in. So, one of the G5 has spoken, but does he speak for all of them? I don't know. Before now, they said that they will all take a decision together. At the weekend, the speculation was that they were leaning towards Tinubu, but now we have Otom publicly backing Obi. Does this mean that the G5 have taken a decision? Or does it mean that they are divided? Because if they were still on the same page, wouldn't they have announced their endorsements together, like they've been doing with other stuff? I don't know. But beyond G5, I'm curious about how this endorsement affects the presidential race in Benue State and other parts of the North Central. Now, for those of you who are from Benue or who have lived in Benue or who have family in Benue, I want your insights. How much influence and trust does Otom have in the state? How far will his endorsement go? And I'm asking the same question about Obasanjo's endorsement. Bashir Ahmed, Buhari's former media aide, said that Obasanjo can't even influence his home local government area. Now, of course, 8 years ago, he said that Obasanjo's support of Buhari will win Buhari more support. So I don't know which of these two statements are true. Which one is true? Which of those two statements is true? And Obi just got another endorsement before we launched today's Big Hard Fact from Chief Edwin Clark, the head of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF. Again, people who are from Niger Delta, I want to hear your thoughts on that one. These endorsements, what do they spell for Obi? Women, call me on 01465 7190. 01465-7190. Men, call me on 0700-993-993-993. You can start with Obasanjo's letter and the response from the presidency. You can go straight to Otom backing Peter Obi. You can tell me what you think it means the G5 are doing as a whole. You can tell me what you think the endorsements themselves mean for Peter Obi's prospects. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Call back if you can. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. I'm doing like Sheriff this year, so 1 minute for everybody. 99.3.
Hello.
Good to have you on the show. Good evening. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Joseph from Neglected.
Joseph, you're calling our line for women. Please call the line for men. 99.3. Hello.
Hello?
Good to have you on the show. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, this is Bola.
Welcome, Bola.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate that we could be having this kind of banter from presidency. Very, very unfortunate.
Okay.
See, I was thinking, because of our time, I'll go straight to the point.
Okay.
We have a kind of accusation of not doing well,
Okay.
which everybody, a blind man, a layman in Nigeria will know that this administration did not do well.
Okay.
Okay. But I was expecting the presidency under the watchful eyes of Shehu Gaba to tell us what Buhari has done. You know, that's better off than Obasanjo. Put the card on the table. Okay, they have challenged your administration that you didn't do well. That you inflict poverty, you inflict terror, killing. That's my own reading to it. Even though he didn't say that, then all you need to do is just to defend yourself. We have done AYZ, XYZ. This is what we have done. Then, with all this, they will now submit that, okay, they have performed better than Obasanjo's administration. Not calling Obasanjo names, that will not solve the problem. We have seen what is happening in Nigeria now. It's coming, what is it called? Second Niger bridge that is not even passable. Is that what they are using as a yardstick?
Bola, thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello.
Good evening, Sandra.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
Lucky Lola from Magboro.
You've got 1 minute, Lucky.
Yes, I read Gabashew comment, and I'm not too surprised. I'm still waiting for Lai Mohammed, to respond to that, that letter. But Sandra, there is an adage in my village in Delta State, which says, which means you can't be urinating on my back and tell me it's raining. They can't fool us all the time. I beg Nigeria to please come out next month and do the needful. Take it.
Thank you for calling. 0700-993-993-993 01465 for women 7190. We've got a message here from Kayode. Kayode says, kindly refer Garba Shehu to the letter written by Nasser El-Rufai in 2010 titled Why Buhari Remains Perpetually Unelectable. Garba and his cohorts will therefore understand what being morally squalid means. Kayode, thank you for your message. Here's a message. I don't know what you're talking about. This person doesn't leave their name, but they're talking about drinking Gary. Okay. We've got Comrade Godfrey in Surulere who says, I personally feel disgusted anytime we are to compare this administration with Obasanjo's administration, but with any worse government on earth. For me, it's just like comparing someone who's sleeping with someone who is not sleeping. I'm sorry to use such a metaphor. Yes, I had to edit what he actually wrote. What he actually wrote, I don't know if I can read it on air without NBC knocking on my door, so I'm not going to read it. He then says, it's how I feel and strongly too. Godfrey, thank you for your message. We've got this message here from John in Ikeja. John says, Nigerians who mean well for this country will vote well. I cannot vote for someone who's 86 years old and 76 years old. Okay. Tony says, is it the same Obasanjo who told the world that Jonathan is a failure and that Buhari is the saint? Old age. All right, Tony, thanks for your message. This message here is from Emmanuel. Emmanuel says, I walked through the breadth and length of Southwest. I cannot point out one project Obasanjo started and finished. His attorney general, I think that's what you meant to say, attorney general, was killed. Till tomorrow, we're still waiting for the perpetrator. Obasanjo doesn't have the moral right to criticize any regime, but Nigeria, anything goes, in as much as it favors a particular set of people. All right, Emmanuel, thank you very much. I wonder what you said in 2014 when Obasanjo endorsed Buhari. Did you feel this way about it? I wonder if you can respond, Emmanuel. I'll like that. How did you feel when Obasanjo endorsed the current president? Did you feel like he was still all of these things that you're mentioning at the moment? We've got Ridwan from Lagos Island who says, to me, Obasanjo is the source of the problem that we're facing now. When he was head of state, he Americanized Nigeria, someone that tried his best for third term. If we want to talk, I think General Yakubu go on, but they respect themselves. The money Obasanjo see when he was president, if Buhari see the money, I know people will be complaining all what they are complaining. My own opinion is that in terms of infrastructure, Buhari surpassed anybody, including Obasanjo. Jonathan, and I have traveled virtually all the northern states in Nigeria. I see the differences between them. Okay, thank you for your message, Ridwan. We'll take another message from WhatsApp. You say it's laughable hearing Garba Shehu say PMB administration is better than OBJ. The only good and improved thing about PMB administration is the president's health. Baba used his position to change his condition. Nathan from Ago Palace Way with that message there. Okay. Mr. Daniel says, Sandra, to answer the questions, number one, the response from the presidency is childish and is unpresidential. Number two, performance. This government will be remembered for taking us from top to bottom. Nigeria is worse than we've ever been. Number three, infrastructure. How and at what cost? What's the debt level of this government, both local and foreign debts? How much has this government borrowed from central bank, contrary to the laws allowing such borrowing? It's laughable and shameful the way this admin reacts to issues. For 8 years, almost of this administration, these men have continued to make the presidency look unfavorable. Okay, I'll take a final message. We'll take a break. The break is 5 minutes long. As soon as it's done, we'll come back and we'll keep talking. We'll talk about Wike now. Wike and Atiku are trading words again. We'll talk about that when we come back from a commercial break. If you just tuned in, hello, you're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Stream the conversation online, www.nigeriainfo.fm. Watch it live on Facebook, Nigeria Info FM, YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Or you can call us on 0700 993 993 993.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Information at its peak. This is 99.3 Nigeria Info.
There are transactions in the digital space and amazing profits are made. iTunes card and other digital currencies at Chinese rate. Card Plug Limited has very fast transactions and payout methods, and this is why it is the name on everyone's lips. What are you waiting for? Contact Card Plug when you call or WhatsApp 0810 189 7712. You could also reach Card Plug on Instagram at CardPlugOfficial. For more details, visit the website cardplug.co. for swift and profitable digital assets exchange. Card Plug is your plug.
Season of laughter and celebration is here again. It's Lemon Friday. Adron Homes is adding joy to your season with an amazing offer of 50% discount on all land sales. Worth more in the goodie bag is an installment payment plan of up to 36 months. With an initial deposit of 25,000 naira to 1 million naira, you also get freebies like a big cow, bag of rice, deep freezer, washing machine, blender, smart TV, chicken, and lots more.
To subscribe, call this number 0803-817-9877 or 0810-332-1298.
Gift yourself a land this season with Adron Homes. Ho, ho.
Our country one better. Nigeria one better. Who go do one for us?
So people of Nigeria, they jolly for the better we want shele for we country. So as they ready to vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as the next president of Nigeria, I ain't get the experience where go fit use take make our country better. People of Nigeria, for this and many other better things when in don't vocalize, it good make we all vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu for president of Nigeria. Kashif Shettima as vice president. Vote APC. You need
Everyone is at the table for lunch. Mom is bringing in the jollof rice. And then...
Hey! John!
Sorry, Mom.
Hello? Can I order some jollof rice to be delivered?
Mama saves the day. Lunch is here.
Mom, I got some Coke too.
Just come and eat, Joe.
Cook up memorable moments because family lunch and an ice cold Coke make a recipe for wonder. Coca-Cola, real wonder.
We all have that one friend that always hides everything from everyone else. Like my guy, Sheon, that got 1 gig free data when he downloaded my MTN NG app. Did he share the gist with us?
No!
But we found out, and even something he doesn't know, that we get up to 2 gig data if we recharge 500 naira or more on my MTN NG app with our debit card.
You don't mean it!
That's not all, though. We also get 10% extra on every airtime recharge made on my MTN NG app.
Wow!
Will we share the gist with him?
Yes!
That's correct. You get 1 gig free data when you download my MTN NG app. Up to 2 gig when you recharge 500 naira and above with your debit card on my MTN NG app. And 10% extra on every recharge made on the app. So what are you waiting for? Download my MTN NG app today to enjoy. Terms and conditions apply.
Guys, here he comes.
Guy, any gist today?
What are we doing today?
I got stretch marks in my jeans, so of course, when I became pregnant, I wanted to avoid them. I'd hear about bio oil all the time, so it was the obvious choice.
Bio oil helps improve the appearance of scars, stretch marks, and uneven skin tone. Bio oil is available in all leading pharmacies and shops and is available online on Jumia. To identify genuine bio oil products, look out for the Sproxil, scratch and text PIN, and be instantly rewarded with airtime. Bio oil skincare oil is clinically proven as safe for its intended use by adults, including pregnant women. In the unlikely event of skin irritation, please discontinue use.
Some people say tech is the new crude oil, and others say tech is in the future. With ALX, tech is here and here to stay. ALX is your career accelerator, built to give you in-demand global tech skills and access to a community that provides lifelong learning, lifelong networks. Register on www.alxafrica.com as the programs are fully funded for a limited period. Unlock possibilities with ALX.
Growing up can be confusing, and everybody tells you what to do with your life, but nobody really knows what you're going through. They don't get why you tricked your friend or why you even stole from a notorious kingpin. They're just quick to judge. If only they knew what the true story is. I am Shia, and I want to tell you my story.
Watch Far From Home on Netflix, 16th December. Nollywood is home.
Welcome back to your #1 talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Atiku's campaign council blamed Wike for the PDP not microzoning the presidency to the southeast. We heard it from Charles Aniago, the council's spokesperson. He says that when Otom was chairman of the zoning committee, his friend Wike influenced him to throw the race open instead of zoning it. Aniago says Wike thought that he could bulldoze his way to the ticket. But Wike has hit back. He says it's a lie. He says he always supported zoning to the south, which was why he signed the Asaba Declaration. Also, he says he's the one who pushed for the party chair to go to the north so that the presidency can come south. Rather, Wike is blaming Atiku. He says Atiku bought his nomination form before the zoning committee finished its work. That way, zoning to the south will now look unfair to someone who has already bought the form. He's also blaming people in the party for selling forms before the zoning decision. So it sounds like no matter who you believe, the PDP seems to be regretting not zoning the ticket to the south. Do you believe they made an error by not zoning to the south? Because you have people like Obasanjo and Afenifere and Pandef all talking about equity and fairness and rotation. Is it possible that the PDP lost some natural allies by not following the zoning? And if that is so, what is their new path to victory? What is the PDP's new path to victory? 0700-993-993 01465-7190. You can still talk to me about the presidency, calling Obasanjo morally squalid, or Otom endorsing Obi, and what this could mean for the rest of the G5. 0700-993-993 for men. Women, call me on 01465-7190. We've got WhatsApp too. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. 99.3. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Abu Bakar.
Abu Bakar, you're calling our number for women. You're going to have to give us a call back, okay? On the right line. 99.3. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you? What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Chidema. I'm calling from Ikotu.
Welcome to the man from Ikotu. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening to you. All right, Chidema isn't there anymore. 99.3, hello.
Hello.
Thanks for calling. What's your name, sir?
Good evening, Madam Sandra.
Good evening. What's your name, sir?
Happy New Year to you. My name is Alex. I'm calling from Ikeja right now.
Happy New Year, Alex. You've got 1 minute.
Okay, I'm talking about our Tom endorsing Peter Obi. I don't know whether you did it officially or he used indirectly of endorsing Peter Obi. But if it's true that he endorsed Peter Obi, that's anti-party. So he should wait for the consequences for doing anti-party.
Okay.
Now, concerning Wiki, I keep on saying, even in my handle, I keep on saying that this PDP defeat that Wike lost at the primaries, that thing that Wike will pass through will be for years. Wike is the cost why the PDP did not zone the ticket to the south. Wike is the cost of it. He was even bullying Peter Obi when he was busy campaigning during that primaries. Now, that same Peter Obi that he was bullying is the one now being the hero for him. So, everything, he should keep on crying. That's how he will cry until this election comes to pass. But I just say, if God punish him, let Atiku win the election. He will see his life.
Okay. All right, Alex. Alex, thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello.
Thank God.
Welcome.
It's morning. It's morning. What do I do?
Bele. What's your name, sir?
And you said 1 minute. Some people have been using over 1 minute.
No, they haven't. I've been timing, Joe. It's 1 minute, Joe.
Omenka, George.
Welcome, Omenka.
Oh, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
For the presidency, replying Obasanjo, yes, they are far better than Obasanjo. Look, we seem to have forgot to Some people think the word forgive us are dead just like that. Ask question, what happened to Bakassi? You know the resources that are there? You know the collaboration, okay, give us this, we'll give you that. Look, some people don't know the intrigues in government. There is a lot of politics. Obasanjo has done more harm to this country than any other person. When he took over power, he retired how many soldiers? All because they were into politics, because they were serving under government. A lot of experience went away. Today, some of them are in Boko Haram, banditry, kidnappers. 5,000 National Guard. Obasanjo retired them, disbanded that unit. Today, we are suffering it. Have we forgotten the Kenya bomb blast? Do some people think something just triggered the whole thing? Oh, we are in for a big gift.
I have to ask though, wasn't Obasanjo's decision to retire those officers because due to fears
he was
of
afraid of being overthrown?
Yeah, isn't that a legit fear?
No. What of people that were not directly into the administration of administrative posts? These were men that took a lot of experience back to their home.
Okay, thank you for calling. 99.3, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for calling. What's your name?
Yeah, you see, I'm calling back.
Welcome back.
Sandra, based on your analysis now, that Wike is because of the problem in PDP.
I didn't say he's the cause, though. I didn't say he's the cause, though.
Oh.
That's not what I said,
based
though.
on the analysis I heard.
Okay. So from my analysis, you think he's the cause?
Okay, no, I want to ask something.
Okay.
Now, when Atiku bought the form before the final decision of the party, did they return the money back to him before they started the zoning?
No.
They did not
do that.
Hello?
They didn't do that. They didn't return it.
They did not return the money. It means that they had cost. It's because of the...
So who is the cause? Atiku?
Wike. Because he's complaining that Atiku bought the form before the final decision
of zoning.
So when he has already bought the form, why not return the money back to him that they want to zone to the south?
Okay, that's a good point. Yes. Okay, all right, thank you very much. But Wike wasn't in the zoning committee, or Tom was in the zoning committee, but Wike is his friend. And Atiku's campaign council are claiming that Wike was influencing or Tom, the chairman of the zoning committee, to throw the race open instead of zoning it, right? But Wike said it's not true, that he supported zoning to the south, that's why he signed Asaba declaration, that he's the one that even pushed for party chair to go to the north so that presidency can come to the south. And he's blaming, Wike himself is blaming Atiku. He says Atiku bought nomination form before the zoning committee finished its work, so that so that way, if you now zone to the south, it now be unfair because somebody has already bought form now, so that's why Wike is blaming people in the party for selling the form before the zoning decision. But like Chinenwa called in and said, why didn't they just return the money? Zone it and return the money. A good point, I think. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Madam Sandra.
Good to have you on the show, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, good evening. Happy New Year to you, man.
Welcome, sir.
This is Dennis calling from Moloda, Papa.
Dennis, you've got 1 minute.
Thank you very much. I want to speak on Obasanjo endorsing Obi.
Okay.
You see, people are mistaking something.
Okay.
Not that you are not looking at Obasanjo's track record. You are looking at Obi's track record. Because
Okay.
the man said in his letter, he said all the presidential candidates came to visit him. You understand, in his house, and he has assessed all of them. So before he now choose his own preferred one, so it is now left for everybody to assess, because all of them have track record, one way or the other. So it is not left for all Nigerians to go and assess them also. Look their track record and then choose candidates. Obasanjo will not choose candidates for me or choose candidates for anybody. Obasanjo choose candidates for his own self. So let everybody go and do their own assessment and choose their own candidates. Thank you very much and God bless.
Thank you. the endorsement he's receiving. APC used their hands to turn Nigerians against them. They put us through hardship all these years. How can they expect us to come and vote them in once more? They did not put out a better candidate. It is Tinubu we the youths are really angry with that they want us to vote for. This is a slap in our face. It is Obi all true. Nobody in his right sense, not gullible, not selfish, will go against Obi. That's Mr. Adesheun with that message on WhatsApp. Collins in Ikorodu says Garba Shehu is deceiving himself, his principal, and gullible Nigerians with the response that Buhari has outperformed the former president. Insecurity, unemployment, corruption, poverty, impunity, hunger, and other negative indices proved the incompetence of this administration. Any right-thinking Nigerian ought to know this current government hasn't done well. Plus, all the spokesmen for Buhari should respond to criticism better. They only throw insults. They fail to address the issues. Human rights abuses were terrible under President Obasanjo. You will remember, Abi. Niger Delta militancy was mishandled by President Obasanjo. You will remember, Abi. It was under Obasanjo that we saw Odi massacre happen. No? You will remember, Abi. There's a lot that happened under Obasanjo. So even poverty was high. It wasn't as high as it currently is. And his economic team was, quite sound. And, they did, forget, the Paris debt forgiven. But people went richer. Okay, fine. You had more people who were richer under that administration than, say, under this current administration. But it wasn't Uhuru with Obasanjo. We've got comments still from WhatsApp. 99% of Nigerians knew that OBJ's government is far, far better than the current admin. And by extension, the brightest, most brilliant Nigerians have ever had since our democracy commenced. Babs with that message on WhatsApp. Oh my God, there's so many messages on WhatsApp. Let me just come back to the phone lines. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Call back if you can. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Sandra.
How you doing, sir?
Good evening, Sandra.
Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Mazude, calling you from Ogun State, Edo.
Welcome, Mazude.
Yeah, Sandra, I want to say, that's something I want to say right now. I want to say to you.
Okay.
You know, Obasanjo is Gary Uliruma Bom. He only Gary Naja. Erapo di Gary, Agu Ebo Muaro Guinea. Let me explain it. Gary, where Obasanjo is a Gary, we throw away for sand. That is all this data.
Okay.
And when you leave that sand, if you don't pack that Gary, go. Hunger go kill your children finish.
Okay.
And if you pack the sand, pack the Gary, you pack Gary and sand, go house. Which one do you do? So it can never leave Obasanjo. Obasanjo must grow with Nigeria because he's a great man in Nigeria.
Okay.
We should never ignore that guy. That guy is great.
Okay.
Whatever is caused before, he's a very, very important person in Nigeria. We should not forget him.
Okay.
We should not do away with Obasanjo. Obasanjo know what he's doing. He has the knowledge, he has the skills, he has the power. Everything is with Obasanjo.
Okay. Thanks for calling. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Thanks for calling. What's your name, ma'am?
Good evening. Yes, I want to talk about Obasanjo endorsing Peter Obi.
Okay.
Obasanjo have handled Niger Delta military. It doesn't concern endorsement that Obasanjo did to Peter Obi. I don't know what Nigeria are talking about. We should not confuse this year again.
Okay.
If Nigeria should confuse this year again, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, we also have to remember, of course, that the presidency is not even responding to whether Obasanjo endorsed Obi or not. That's not even what they're responding to. Presidency is is responding to Obasanjo's criticizing Buhari's record. That's what presidency responded to specifically, So there are two issues, the endorsement of Obi and the critique of Buhari. Presidency faced the critique of Buhari. That's what they have a problem with. That's what they responded to. And that's why I'm asking you if you agree with the presidency that, Obasanjo's administration was worse than Buhari's own, or that Buhari's own has been better than Obasanjo's own. A lot of us were adults under Obasanjo's admin. You lived through that era. What do you think? 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. 99.3, hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Sandra.
What's your name?
My name is Joe.
Hi, Joe. Welcome.
Okay, I just want to respond to one, the endorsement by Obasanjo.
Mm-hmm.
Endorsement of Peter Obi by Obasanjo. I don't think it will make much difference. Obasanjo is just an individual.
Right.
I don't think, as it stands today, because he really does not belong to any political party.
Right.
And he doesn't seem to be organizing any form of movement that can eventually, so to speak, translate to gains for Peter Obi.
Mm.
And again, the idea of zoning, zoning of presidency and all of that, I think is a divisionary scheme by politicians to keep Nigeria underdeveloped. To me, as a Nigerian, I'm not a member. I'm not a member of any political party.
Okay.
But to me, it doesn't matter who the president should be.
Okay.
If Nigeria is a country that actually works, we should actually prioritize competence over, sessional interest. Because this is actually a country, not the north, not the south, not the east. It's a country. That's how it's supposed to be. But I mean, that's the pain about the Nigerian future.
Who do you think? Who do you think is the most competent of the three candidates currently on the ballot for president?
Yeah, if you ask me, I'll put them squarely. They are competent. I mean, Tinubu hasn't governed Lagos State and been in the political scheme. Space in Nigeria for a number of years. Atiku haven't been vice president. So it's not by accident for someone to become a vice president. It's not by accident for someone to become become a governor and be there for 8 years. Speaking to Peter Obi, they are, but there are other, very essential political ingredients that
like what?
Also consider.
Like what?
Past records. I mean, have you been indicted before? Even if you're competent, I will be looking at things like that.
Okay.
So
if you're competent, have you been indicted before?
You have records, questionable records.
Okay.
You have baggages that you are battling with. Those are some of the things I will be looking at. But in terms of competence, I think, I give it to three of them because they've actually held one or two positions, political positions.
That they've held positions, does that make them competent? Anybody can hold any position. Does it make them competent?
You can go back to their records and scrutinize to see, what they were able to do with those positions.
Thank you very much for calling. All right, we'll take a few more messages from WhatsApp and then we'll take a break and bring you the news at 6. Once we're done with the news at 6, I've got 15 minutes before we have to bring you practical health tips with Dr. Avon. Today we're going to focus on skincare. Avon HMO brings you practical health tips every Tuesday from 6:30 to 7 on Hard Facts. And today we're talking skincare only. They're going to do like a crash course on, what to do with your skin, what to not do with your skin, etc., etc. All of that is happening from 6:30 today. Don't miss it. Now, before 6:30, I'm going to take you back to, I believe it was March 2022. Yes, I'll take you back to March 2022 when we had a conversation with a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old about big data. Big data's benefits outweighs its dangers. I'm going to play that debate that happened right here on your number one station for talk. Because remember, after all, the Tournament of Champions is going to return in March of this year. All the champions will come back. They're going to face each other and they will play for a chance to win 2 million naira. So I'm going to play you one of the debates from 2022, March 2022, so that you see the quality of students that we've had in this studio and you'll be reminded of why you love I Beg to Differ so much. Once that is done, after the news, we'll talk to our friends from Avon HMO who will give you practical health tips about your skin. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
And I want to assume that you would run because I want to give the listeners context for the conversation.
In 2019, you were running mate to Atiku Abubakar. What did you learn then that you will not repeat this time?
Yes, when is the president coming out to address us?
There's a few things. One, I have a burden and a passion for young people.
The fact that you have elected a man does not mean then you begin to order him around. The president will do whatever is good for the country at any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
What should the next president do to root out stakeholders who are complicit?
You fire those that need to be fired get fired.
It's looking like a brand new Chelsea, attacking with so much fluidity. And what can you say about that, Martin? I know you follow Chelsea quite closely.
I live close to the Chelsea training ground. That's what you mean by that. I'm not sure.